Please don't cut my hair.
In a quiet African village where beauty was celebrated and jealousy was feared, one young woman's strength would soon redefine what true beauty means. This is the story of Ada, the girl whose heart shone brighter than her hair.
Ada was a girl like any other in her village, simple, graceful, and kind. Her beauty was natural, her smile warm enough to brighten even the darkest day. But behind that smile lay a story of pain and endurance. Her mother had passed away when she was very young, leaving Ada alone with her father, a gentle man she loved deeply. For a while, life was peaceful. But fate had other plans. Her father remarried, and a woman named Monica came to live with them. At first, Ada hoped Monica would become the loving mother figure she longed for. But Monica was nothing like that. From the very first day, she saw Ada not as a daughter, but as a rival. Monica had a daughter of her own, yet no matter how hard she tried, her child could never match Ada's grace and natural beauty. Every time Monica looked at Ada, jealousy burned within her. She hated how villagers admired the girl, how their eyes followed her whenever she walked by. What made it worse was Ada's humility. She was beautiful, yet never proud, always gentle and kind. And that made Monica's jealousy grow even stronger. One day, exciting news spread across the kingdom. A grand royal ball was to be held at the palace. The prince himself, Prince Obinna, would attend to choose his future wife. Every young woman in the land dreamed of going. Ada's heart fluttered with hope. For once, she dared to dream, to see the palace, hear the music, and dance under the golden lights. Maybe for one magical night, she could be free. Free from sorrow, free from Monica's cruelty. But when Monica noticed Ada's excitement, her heart filled with hatred. There was no way she would allow that girl to shine. She would crush Ada's dream before it even began. That evening, Ada mentioned the royal ball. Monica's face darkened immediately. "You," she sneered, setting down her sewing. "You think you belong at the royal ball? Why not?" Ada replied softly. "Everyone's invited. I only wish to see the palace, to dance." Monica cut her off with a cruel laugh. "Dance with nobles? You think the prince would even glance at you? You're just a poor girl with foolish dreams." Ada's heart ached, but she stood her ground. "No matter what you say, I'll find a way to go." Monica's eyes flashed with anger. "Oh, we'll see about that," she hissed. The next morning, Ada awoke to find a long list of chores waiting for her: sweeping, scrubbing, cooking, cleaning. An endless list meant to keep her busy till nightfall. "You won't have a second to think about that ball," Monica said coldly. It seemed impossible, but Ada didn't give up. She worked tirelessly, scrubbing floors till her hands burned, washing clothes till her back ached. As the sun began to set, she finally finished. Exhausted but proud, she smiled faintly. Maybe she could still make it. But Monica wasn't done. She had one more cruel plan. That night, while Ada slept peacefully, dreaming of lights and music, Monica crept into her room. In her hand, she held a pair of scissors. Her heart raced, not from guilt, but from excitement. "If I can't stop her from going," she whispered, "then I'll make sure no one ever looks at her the same again." With a sharp snip, a thick lock of Ada's long, beautiful hair fell onto the bed. Monica continued cutting, strand after strand, until Ada's hair was left uneven and ragged. When she was done, she smiled wickedly. "Let's see if the prince will look at you now." At dawn, a scream echoed through the house. Ada stood before her mirror, trembling, her eyes wide with horror. Her long hair, her pride and beauty, was gone. Monica appeared at the doorway, smirking. "What's wrong, my dear? Don't you like your new look? Go on then, go to the ball. Let's see if the prince will choose you now." Ada fell to her knees, tears streaming down her cheeks. Why? Why would you do this to me? Monica shrugged. Because it's time you learn your place. For a moment, Ada's heart broke completely. But as she stared at her reflection, something inside her changed. She had spent her life being belittled, but not this time. Not anymore. She wiped her tears, tied a scarf around her head, and ran to the only person who could help her, Mama Uche, the wise old woman who lived at the edge of the village. Mama Uche welcomed her with compassion and listened as Ada poured out her heart. My beauty is gone, Ada whispered. How can I face the world like this? How can I ever go to the ball? Mama Uche smiled gently. Child, beauty isn't in the length of your hair or the clothes you wear. True beauty lies in your kindness, your strength, and the way you carry yourself. Walk with your head held high, and they'll see more than your hair, they'll see your spirit. Ada let those words sink in. Slowly, hope returned. With Mama Uche's help, she styled her short hair in a simple but elegant way, something no one had ever seen before. When she looked in the mirror again, she no longer saw a broken girl. She saw someone strong, unique, and unafraid. That night, the palace gleamed like a dream. Music filled the air, candles sparkled like stars, and noble women in dazzling gowns filled the hall. Ada stood at the entrance, her heart pounding. Her dress was simple, hand-sewn with delicate patterns, and her short hair glowed softly under the lights. As she stepped in, whispers spread. Who is she? Look at her hair, how strange. Some laughed, but Ada walked gracefully, her chin held high. Then, she felt a gaze on her, calm, admiring. From the top of the grand staircase, Prince Obinna was staring at her. He had met countless women that night, all perfectly dressed. Yet none had caught his eye like Ada. There was something powerful in her eyes, quiet confidence, strength, and grace. When some noble girls mocked Ada's short hair, the prince's voice suddenly cut through the noise. I disagree, he said firmly. She is the most beautiful woman here tonight. The hall fell silent. The prince walked toward her, his eyes never leaving hers. Beauty, he continued, is not in the length of one's hair, but in the courage to be yourself. Ada's heart swelled. For the first time in her life, someone truly saw her. Monica, watching from the shadows, turned pale. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. She had tried to destroy Ada, and instead made her unforgettable. Prince Obinna approached Ada and bowed slightly. Would you grant me this dance? Gasps filled the room. Every woman froze in disbelief. The prince had chosen her, the girl they had mocked. Ada hesitated, then looked at Monica. Seeing her stepmother's furious face, she smiled softly and placed her hand in the prince's. As the music swelled, they danced, graceful, confident, radiant. The entire hall watched in awe. When the music ended, the prince held her hand tightly and turned to the crowd. I have met many noble women, he said, but I have found one who shines brighter than them all. Her beauty lies in her kindness, her courage, and her strength. He turned to Ada, his eyes warm. Ada, would you do me the honor of becoming my wife? The hall erupted in applause. Even the king and queen smiled with approval. Monica tried to speak, but her voice was drowned out by cheers. And just like that, the girl with short hair became a legend. In the days that followed, Ada's story spread throughout the kingdom, the tale of the girl who overcame cruelty, and proved that true beauty comes from within. Young girls across the land learned from her example, that what makes us unique is what makes us beautiful.